Hi folks, I'm making a lot of this terracotta at the moment, so just simple plant pots and wall hanging things. So I make 4 different shapes, so I'll show you the 4 different shape ones I make, from a simple sort of flower pot shape to a trumpety shape. I'll start off with the flower pot. They're all for hanging on the walls these, so what I do is, before they get too dry, is I flatten them on the table, flatten the back and put a hole in, so then they can be hung on the wall. So just a dead simple flat pot shape. I'm going to put a hole in the bottom for drainage just by sticking my finger in, right through to the back. So this is terracotta clay or earthenware clay. It's really easy to throw it really soft. I don't know why it's so easy to throw, but it just is. They're a bit rough and ready, these pots. They're just once fired, simple decoration, just garden pots. Just so that they're dead cheap to make and cheap to sell, really. So that's the first one. That's just a dead simple flower pot which will be put on the wall. I'll show you the ones that I've finished and I've thrown these. Well, not finished, ones that I'm preparing to finish and they're flattened on the table. So you get an idea of how I do it. So that's just a dead simple plant pot, flower pot shape. We'll do the sort of rounder shape one next, slightly more round. But if you want to try throwing clay that's really easy to throw, I would suggest getting earthenware or terracotta. I don't know why, it's just really forgiving to throw. It's horrible stuff, you get absolutely filthy, but that's the trouble. So again with this one, put a hole in the bottom of my finger, nothing fancy. Lift it up. I'm going to lift it into a bit of a cylinder. And because it's going to be quite round, I'm going to make it narrower at the base, so I'll just squeeze in at the bottom with my hands just to narrow it in. And then from the inside out, I'm just going to simply push it out, just to form the shape, just to sort of belly it out, make it a rounder shape. And I'm just going to put a little ledge in here just by putting my finger in, and then going in a bit higher up. So that's that shape. Same thing, I'm going to flatten these on the table so they can be hung on the wall. Sometimes the tops do get a bit dry, so you can just dip the tops in water once they're a bit drier, so they don't crack when you try and flatten them. So that's the second shape, just a sort of rounder one. And then what's next? Try it. It's the trumpety shape one, flared shape, so we'll do that one now. These pieces of clay are about roughly £2 each, so not too bad. I'm just going to make a cylinder, put the hole in the bottom again for drainage. lift this up a little bit taller because these are going to be a bit taller pots. Again, I want it a little bit narrower at the bottom, so I'll just squash it and it might go a bit off centre. We'll just form the sort of trumpet shape by just lifting it up and flaring it out as we go. So that's the flared trumpety one. Again, just flatten these. They make quite a nice pot. They look quite nice in a set of pots on the wall. These trumpet shaped ones. Let all the foliage of ivy and things hang over them and stuff. So that's the third one. That's the trumpet shaped one. Oh, that's nice view, isn't it? And then finally, I've got one which I'm not going to flatten on the wall, to hang on the wall. It's going to sit on a table. So I'm going to flatten the bottom of this one, but it's similar to the second pot I made, but a little bit different. Like I say, I'll show you the ones that I'm doing. I'll show you what sort of shapes they are when they're drying out. So again, they're all made in a similar sort of way. Just sort of throw a cylinder first. All the same size ball of clay. I've been making these for about 2 weeks now, and I'm absolutely fed up. So it's my last day on them today. So it's a bit of a relief, because I get fed up making the same thing day after day. So again, I'm just going to lift it up. Not too tall, this one. And this wants to be really round at the bottom, so I'll really squeeze this in at the bottom. So it'll probably go off centre, but it'll sort itself out. Now this I want to make it sort of spherical, so I'm just going to squeeze out from the inside to form a shape. Make it quite a roundish shape. I'm not going to put a ridge in this one, I'm just going to top in. Like so. As you can see, it's so easy to throw, it's just so quick as well. Don't know what it is about terracotta earthenware. And this is smooth earthenware, it's not the rough grog stuff as well, so there's no more rough to throw than any smooth sort of stoneware or porcelain really. It's still quite smooth to throw. So that's that shape. There, what I'm going to do, I'm going to plonk it on a table at an angle like that, and then you can put your plants in there and the leaves and stuff can fall out, but like I said, I'll show you that when they're on the table. So I'll just get my camera and I'll just show you what they're like when I've started to flatten them. So that's the 4 I've just made there, the 4 different shaped ones, as you can see, all from the same size piece of clay, £2 piece of clay. So I'll just show you what they're like when I start to flatten them. That's the second one I made. So basically I just plonk them on the table, flatten the backs a bit, punch a hole in with a punch, so you can hang them on the wall. That's that shape, all drying slowly. These are the ones, the last one I made, if you remember, I made it sort of upright like that, and I just plonk it on the table like that, and then you can just, it just sits on the table, on the floor, and then you can put your plants in there and the leaves and stuff can grow out. These are the dead simple sort of flower pot shapes again. Just a bit of simple decoration, a couple of bands of colour on. But again, so just put the little holes in, flatten them on the table, let them dry like that, and they can go on the wall. And then finally, these are the trumpet ones, all the same again. Just flatten the backs. If they're a little bit too tough, too hard to flatten, you can just turn them upside down, dip them in a bucket of water for a second, just dip the tops in to soften the top in, and it should be alright to go like that. So that's the trumpet ones. So that's it really. That's what they're going to look like. I've made hundreds of these and I'm absolutely fed up, so that's about it.